All right, y'all, so welcome back to another one. This is going to be a pretty fun little series here we're going to do. So back behind me, I've got my buddy Eric, and he's got this little pond on his property, and I'll show you right there. So whenever he bought this property, the spillway right there had a big hole in it. So obviously you can see the water level is way down. So anyway, he just got it fixed here in the last month or so, and we obviously haven't had a lot of rain, but we're waiting for rain to fill it up. But we're going to make this pond, and we're going to do a little series where we can manage this pond up. We're going to grow a 3-pound crappie in this pond. Obviously we're going to put some other fish in there too, but I'll just kind of show you the pond here. It's a real nice location, kind of down here in this big draw. And last winter I came down here whenever we had ice, and I took my my depth finder through here, and actually right out there in the middle, it's already 11-12 foot deep. It's a big gully, and you can see by the spillway there, this water is going to come up at least another 6 or 7 feet, which is going to make this pond, it's going to make this pond pretty good sized pond. So anyway, I'll throw the drone up here in a little bit, kind of show you the outline of the pond. But he's been working real hard all summer too, clearing out areas over there in the back where it's going to have a couple little necks and fingers. And I brought some structure today. We're going to sink also, so we're going to really do our due diligence, and we're going to grow some big fish in the pond. So what we got going on here, we just went and got the fish truck, just met the fish truck, and we picked up 30 channel and 30 bass. Now we know there's a few small bluegill in this pond, but other than that there's not much. So we're going to start it off with these channel, and then this winter I'm going to bring in a bunch of crappie, and we're going to stock it heavy with crappie too. But right now we just came back. We've got this cooler here. We filled it up with water from the pond so where they can acclimate on the ride back. But yeah, 30 catfish and 30 largemouth we're going to throw in here. Some good looking fish, eh?
How neat looking.
Them little bass are cool looking. All right, so while he's dipping out the fish here into the bucket, I'll get the drone in the air, kind of show you guys what we were working with, because it's a real cool looking pond anyway. It's going to have a lot of feature to it whenever it's full. All right, so we got all the fish in a bucket here. We're just going to dump them right in. Look at them go. 30 channel and 30 bass. All right, so let me show you what we got going here with this pond. I'll kind of pan around with the drone. You can see there's the spillway right there. And we come over here, that's a real steep bank over there that we're looking at. And then back over in this area, that's all going to fill up with water. That's the neck right there. And then there's the big long shallow neck where we're going to put our spawning structure. So really a cool looking pond here. See if I can fly up and give you guys a good aerial. Almost completely surrounded by trees. Got the floating dock out there in the middle of it. It's a cool looking pond. There's a little better view. You guys can see right there the green area. That's what Eric's been cleaning up. All that's going to be in underwater, about 3 or 4 feet of water whenever it fills up. But yeah, pretty cool pond. All right, so I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but let me kind of scale for you here how much this pond's actually going to come up. So like I said, with the hole in the dam, this pond drained itself about 6 to 7 feet, and it sat like that for a good number of years, right? So you can see the edge of the bank right there. It's made a shelf there. I mean, it's been sitting this way for a good minute, right? But here's the dock, and you can see I'm about a foot above above water line right now, and here's where the water line used to be, right here. So this pond's gonna come up, you know, an additional at least 6 feet. You can kind of see right here. There's the dock. You can see the old water line that goes right there. So obviously, as this thing fills up, we're gonna keep placing cover, and the fish are gonna have more cover. But right now, there's not a lot of cover in this pond. And you know, depending on how long it takes to fill this thing up, we want to give the fish that we're putting in cover to hide in. You know, like I said, we just put in 30 channel, fingerling channel. We just put in 30 fingerling bass. And here in the next few weeks, I'm gonna start bringing crappie over, and we're gonna start putting crappie in there. But I don't want to let the crappie eat the bass and the bluegill and everything else that we put in, because there are pretty good abundance of small bluegill too. That's why we didn't put any stock in. So what we're gonna do here today is we're gonna throw in some structure for these fingerlings to hide in as the water comes up. So I'll walk you up to the truck here and show you what we've got. And like I said, we're gonna kind of keep staging this out as we you know, as the water rises, so we can kind of do whatever we want with this situation. All right, so we've got a couple different kinds of structure here. This is some homemade stuff that these are homemade structures that I made. I made about 40 of these this summer, and this is just 1.25 inch interduct just into a block. These are real nice. We're gonna put these along the bank, and you just don't get hung up on them, right? So we're gonna stage a couple of these out, but these are mainly gonna wait until the water comes up. So what we're gonna do today is, I've got 3 Christmas trees here. You know, there's a lot of area in these trees for the little fingerlings to hide in. So that's what we're gonna throw in today. Real simple, just tie them to a cinder block. We're gonna take that gallon jug there, tie it to the top, so that way the tree stands up vertical. And then we're just gonna chuck them out down along the edge here of this pond, right on the first main break. So that way these fish that we just stocked have something to hide into. Yeah. I'm gonna let you do it. Perfect. All right, so here's our structure that we placed. You can see, I mean, that was a 6 foot tall Christmas tree. So that's in 4+ feet of water. Tied 2 of them together there. Once the water comes up with the jugs, you can see that one's already trying to stand vertical. So these here will stand straight vertical. We've got them marked with landmarks here, so that way we'll be able to cast to them. But these here will be in about 10 feet of water whenever the pond comes up. But as of right now, it'll give our new fingerlings something to hide in. So we're gonna go throw a couple more around here and there, and then we'll start bringing in bigger fish. All right, so here's our other form of structure here. These are the ones that I make. If you guys would like to see a video on this, leave a comment below, and we'll definitely do that. I make structure every year to sink, but these we're not gonna go ahead and sink right now. These we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna leave them out, and then we're gonna place them accordingly as the water comes up. These are the ones we want a little closer to the bank, due to the fact that you don't get hung up on these. So this is structure that you can cast into from the bank, and like I said, we'll have them, you know, lined out in strategic locations, you know, in front of that neck there and in front of that neck there. But yeah. All right, so there you have it. There's our temporary brush here. Like I said, we have big plans. As the water rises, we're going to come through here, and you know, obviously you guys can see this pond it's surrounded on. The sun is horrible. Obviously the pond, as you guys can see, is just surrounded by trees. So we're going to take several of those too and drop them in strategic locations in the pond as it starts to fill up. But like I said, this is just kind of step one, day one of starting here this new project. So it should be real fun. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. We're gonna grow big fish in here. anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, definitely hit that like button. And you know, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button too, and then you guys can follow out through this whole series and process all winter long. And then, you know, hopefully within a couple of years, guys, we're gonna be pulling 3-pound crappie out of here. We're gonna manage it up for crappie. We're gonna have catfish, bass, and bluegill in it, but primarily we're gonna grow big crappie in here. So as always, guys, I appreciate the view, and we'll see y'all next time.